Hello everyone, welcome to another video in this metabolism series. In this video we will learn about a magic cycle by which we can produce lots of ATP for energy. So let's talk about TCA cycle or tricarboxylic acid cycle or Krebs cycle or citric acid cycle, and this is Nahid Hassan from Team Kalosambiri. Here the substrate is acetyl-CoA. The rate-limiting enzymes are citrate synthase, isocitrate dehydrogenase, alpha-ketoglutarate dehydrogenase. And 12 ATP is produced for each mole of acetyl-CoA. Here is the steps of TCA cycle. From the oxidation of pyruvate, acetyl-CoA is produced. This acetyl-CoA joins with oxaloacetate and produces citrate with the presence of citrate synthase enzyme. This citrate produces isocitrate with aconitase. This isocitrate produces alpha-ketoglutarate by the presence of isocitrate dehydrogenase. Here, one molecule of carbon dioxide is removed and one NAD molecule is reduced. In the next step, alpha-ketoglutarate produces succinyl-CoA, and also in this step, one molecule of carbon dioxide is removed and one molecule of NAD is reduced, and in this step, alpha-ketoglutarate dehydrogenase enzyme acts. In the next step, this succinyl-CoA produces succinate with the presence of succinate thiokinase, and here one ATP or GTP is produced. Next, this succinate produces fumarate with the presence of succinate dehydrogenase, and here one FAD molecule is reduced. Then this fumarate produces malate with the presence of fumarase enzyme. This malate produces oxaloacetate. Here malate dehydrogenase enzyme acts and one molecule of NAD is reduced. Teacher may ask you to justify that oxaloacetate is the catalyst of TCA cycle. We'll learn to justify it. Literally, acetyl-CoA consists of two carbon molecules. Actually, this acetyl-CoA is lost through the cycle as two molecules of carbon dioxide. After the removal of two carbon dioxide molecule, we can find four carbon molecule containing succinyl-CoA. Here, the oxaloacetate is also four carbon molecule containing particle. So, through the successive steps, succinyl-CoA produces oxaloacetate, which is four carbon molecule containing group. So we can say oxaloacetate is reproduced through the successive steps, and this oxaloacetate again and again continues this cycle. So we can see, reutilizing oxaloacetate, a small amount of oxaloacetate oxidizes a large number of acetyl-CoA. For this reason, oxaloacetate is called catalyst of this TCA cycle. Now we will count the ATP produced in this TCA cycle. Previously in our discussion, we told that 12 ATP is produced for one molecule of acetyl-CoA. Here we can see the production of 3 reduced NAD. This 3 NAD in electron transport system can produce 9 ATP. On the other hand, we can see one molecule of reduced FAD is produced. In this electron transport system, this reduced FAD can produce 2 molecules of ATP, and there is 1 ATP which is produced in this TCA cycle directly. So we can learn that totally 12 ATP is produced through this TCA cycle for 1 molecule of acetyl-CoA. Another important topic related to this TCA cycle which you may face in your exam hall. Examiner may ask you to justify that TCA cycle is an amphibolic pathway. Amphibolic pathway means it has both catabolic and anabolic parts. In TCA cycle, acetyl-CoA is oxidized to produce ATP and carbon dioxide, which is catabolic part of TCA cycle. On the other hand, we can see that in anabolic part, some important intermediates of TCA cycle like citrate, alpha-ketoglutarate, succinyl-CoA, oxaloacetate, this can produce some important elements. Citrate in cytoplasm gives acetyl-CoA for synthesis of fatty acid, cholesterol and steroid. Alpha-ketoglutarate can be used for synthesis of glutamate and glutamine. Succinyl-CoA can be used for protein and heme synthesis. From oxaloacetate, aspartate and aspargine can be synthesized. Even many of these intermediates can take part in gluconeogenesis. You may have also asked to prove that TCA cycle is a common metabolic pathway. Now we will learn to justify that TCA cycle is a common metabolic pathway. It is said to be a common metabolic pathway because elements from carbohydrate, fat and protein enters into TCA cycle. Glucose from carbohydrates is converted into pyruvate, and this pyruvate produces acetyl-CoA, which acetyl-CoA enters TCA cycle. On the other hand, fatty acid and glycerol comes from fat. This glycerol produces pyruvate, which pyruvate produces acetyl-CoA, and this acetyl-CoA enters TCA cycle. On the other hand, fatty acid produces acetyl-CoA, which acetyl-CoA enters TCA cycle. In the case of protein, glucogenic amino acid and ketogenic amino acid can be produced. This glucogenic amino acid produces pyruvate, and this pyruvate produces acetyl-CoA, which acetyl-CoA enters TCA cycle. And on the other hand, ketogenic amino acid directly produces acetyl-CoA, and this acetyl-CoA enters TCA cycle. Now we will learn the importance of TCA cycle. Firstly, it oxidizes metabolic fuels to provide reduced coenzymes. Then we learn that it is the final common metabolic pathway. We also learned that it is an amphibolic pathway. TCA cycle provides some precursors for synthesis of protein and nucleic acid. Lastly, it provides carbon dioxide and ATP, which is needed to continue urea cycle. Thank you for watching this video. Please do like and share it, and it will inspire us to present you more exciting videos.